Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a vent session, and yes, I chose that word purposefully. And before I get started, a couple of things. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to my channel. If you would be so kind, please go over and hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. Also, please like and share. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. If you have not subscribed, then I just don't even know what to say at this point. So, and don't forget to like and share. Another thing too, I want to say this right up front. There's going to be some cursing in this video. I'm not going to go crazy, but if it offends you, I'm going to apologize right now. Because the last couple of days, you can't believe it. I mean, you really can't. So, yesterday, I was sitting, in a Walmart parking lot, because here, you can park in Walmart's parking lot and sleep in your car, and they don't say anything to you, which is really nice, because if you go to other places, they're not so nice. And if you get caught sleeping out in public, they will arrest you. So I'm grateful that I stumbled upon this. So anyway, I'm sitting in my car, and all of a sudden I heard this bang, right? And I'm like, what was that? And I'm looking around, I don't see anything. Okay? Wait for it. So a little while later, I went to roll my window down. Well, guess what that big bang was? Something in my door, I guess is the regulator or cable or something, popped. So now I had to push my window up and wedge something between in a couple of different places to keep it from sliding down. And I thought at first that that something hit it from the outside and broke the lower part of the window. Fortunately, that's not what happened. So then I go up to the VA, because I heard from the gentleman up there, and they gave me $250 in gas cards so I could go to North Carolina. Okay, well, my car is on fumes. And so I put $50 worth in it. It left me with $200. So I was thinking about it, and I decided that I would just leave today. And wound up taking prednisone because I was in so much pain. And I still have not been to bed. And it's after 11 o'clock. It's close to 11:30. And because it gives me insomnia. So this morning I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and go, and I'm driving over to Daytona Beach so I could get on 95, and I'm like falling asleep. So I stopped and got gas, $100, because this is a 28-gallon tank, and gas right now is $3.99 a gallon. It just... And so while I was there, I figured, you know what? I should probably check my transmission fluid, because it felt like it shifted a little funny. Now, y'all need to know, my dad taught me how to work on cars. I mean, my mechanical aptitude used to be off the chain. Well, I checked my transmission fluid, and there was no fluid on the dipstick, and I was like, shit. So I go and I get transmission fluid and oil and a funnel. So I put the transmission fluid in the transmission fluid reservoir, only it wasn't the transmission fluid reservoir. It was the oil dipstick reservoir. And the way I found this out, see, I thought it was the transmission fluid because when I was growing up, they had like a couple of different types of transmission dipsticks. One had like the spiral, and then the other one was like really, really wide. So this one on my Expedition, it's like all spiral. And so, you know, my half-dead brain is like, oh, wonderful, here it is. No. So I told y'all that I have bad luck. Like, literally, it's like someone on the other side hates my freaking guts. They're over there going, bitch, let's give her this. I'm telling you. So I put the oil in, and when I went over to put the oil in, I saw another dipstick, and it said transmission. And I was just like, oh, shit. So I get on ChatGPT, and I'm like asking all these questions, and it's telling me, you need an oil change. You didn't damage your car to the point where it's going to blow up. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, you need an oil change. Because here I'm sitting thinking, okay, I just put oil or transmission fluid in with the oil. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it's going to do the same thing that a car would do if you put diesel in it by accident, because I've seen cars start hopping, like literally, it looks like they're hopping. And I'm just like, oh, jeez. So, yeah. So it's still running and everything like that. Well, and keep in mind, I was getting ready to head to North Carolina. Now, I was raised by Appalachian hillbillies. They lived in a holler. And if y'all don't know what a holler is, well, that's your assignment for the day. Look it up. My dad was from Harlan, Kentucky, and my mother was from Manchester. And if you know anything about Loretta Lynn, how she has Butcher Holler, it'll give you an idea because it's kind of along the same premise. So, they're really superstitious. Even my grandmother, she was superstitious, like the whole, like they don't play. And so I'm like, okay, this has to be a sign. I'm like, maybe I'm not supposed to go up there today, or maybe this is not the place that I'm supposed to wind up. Maybe I need to reevaluate where I'm actually going to go. So I started back down 95 because I was going to go back, you know, out of that area. Because I don't like the Daytona Beach area. I mean, even though it's right there on the ocean, I don't like it because I don't like the feel of it. Very bad negative energy. So I'm driving down 95, and all of a sudden my phone rings. Well, guess what happens? I missed my freaking exit. I am serious. You cannot make this shit up. And I'm just sitting there like, what in the hell have I done to deserve all this shit? Because, okay, let's see. I lost my job. I lost my dog. I tried to off myself. So I was Baker acted. And then I got another dog because I thought I was going to be able to save my apartment. And then I got evicted. And let me see, I'm forgetting something. I get behind on my car, so I might be losing my car. And I know I'm forgetting something. I really am. I'm forgetting something, and it'll come back to me. But you know, so I have all of these like chain of events that's happening, and I'm just like, what the actual? So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and listening, because, I really only have like one or two friends. Like my friend Gina, we reconnected. We were like friends back like in the mid 90s. I was friends with her when I originally enlisted in the reserves, and because she was my next door neighbor, her and her dad and her grandma. So we had lost touch over the years. She got married, had kids, and all that, and so we reconnected and everything. And she's tried to help me a little bit. My best friend Beth, her and her fiance, he's been like in the hospital because they did surgery and he wound up becoming septic. So, but my point is that, she has been there for me probably more than anybody else has. And, I remember what I was going to say. So when I was telling you about all of this stuff that happened, I was supposed to get a $4,600 disbursement off of my financial aid. Now, everybody, or there was someone had made a comment before, said, that's not your money. Well, actually, yes, it was, because who would be the one paying it back? So if you don't know how disbursements work, you get awarded a certain amount of money, and if you accept whatever you accept, if there's an overage, it comes back to you, but it goes on the balance of your loans. So when your loans come due, you're paying that money back. So if anybody tells you, oh yeah, that's not your money, yeah, it is your money, because you're the one that's going to wind up paying it back. So I was supposed to get $4,600, and I set it up that way because I thought it would like bail me out, like it would help me, because believe me, it would have. I could have paid my car off, it would have just saved my ass. But because the other school that I had gone to screwed up my attendance record, that $4,600 got kicked back to the government. So it's like, now I'm in my car, and I got my dog, and I'm stressing out every day. And like I said, my YouTube channel is like that one bright spot. I mean, my dog doesn't count because she's my baby. And the funny thing, I'm going to get really personal for a minute. Because, I want y'all to see me, like how I am. Like the person that you see on here, that's not made up. I'm really this batshit crazy. I'll tell you. But, it's... When I saw that I had hit 105 subscribers, I was absolutely floored, because I haven't had the best life. I went through a lot of abuse when I was younger, as a child. The kids down the street, they used to pick on me relentlessly. I was bullied horribly. They would throw rocks at me when I would get off the bus. They called me names. Didn't have the best relationship with my mother. And to be quite open, I don't even know if my mother's alive. I don't. I have seen her one time in 10 years. But, it's like, if someone is so toxic and they have done so much damage to you, there is absolutely nothing wrong with protecting your sanity and cutting that person out of your life. And anybody that disagrees with me, hey, you're entitled to your opinion just as I'm entitled to mine. But that's one of the reasons why I moved from Ohio to Florida when my son was, I think, 10 months old, because I didn't want him around her. And And then, there's issues with him. I was actually crying this morning because, I hate the way things are with him. And we used to be so close and everything like that, but so much has changed. And it's like, I know y'all don't know me, and maybe I am info dumping. I don't know. But it's even just, it's good to just be able to get it out. Because you know what? What if something that I'm saying helps someone else out there? What if someone out there who has had similar experiences, they're sitting there thinking about doing what I did in May, but maybe I say something that they're like, wow, she's sleeping in a car with her dog for the second time in a year. She lost everything, and she can still come on YouTube and crack a smile. If that helps somebody, then you know what? I'll take that. I will. I'll take that. But as far as my son goes, it absolutely breaks my heart. I mean, he is my baby. So, and there's things going on with him that I won't get into on here because that's his business, but I'm very scared for him. And he's my baby, but genetically, he picked up something from my mother because there's certain things about her that he has, and I'm just like, how in the hell did this happen? So anyway, I do apologize if I overshared, if I overstepped, or, anything like that. But that's why when I first started the channel, I said, if you need to talk, here's my email address. If you just need somebody to listen, reach out to me because, the world is so messed up right now. And people just literally don't give a shit about each other, not the way they did when I was growing up. I wrote on my window when I ran out of gas that I wasn't asking for money, I just needed gas. Do you know, not one person stopped to help me. Now, back when I was growing up, that would have been unheard of. But now it's like people are just so self-absorbed and they're so wrapped up in what they have going on. And to a point I can understand it because, like me with what I have going on, it's like I don't want to take on any more bad things happening to me. So like if I'm listening to somebody and trying to help somebody, then it takes my mind off of the shit that I'm going through. And if just being there for somebody, if that's going to benefit them, then why wouldn't I do that? Because I think human nature, the number one thing of human nature should be kindness. But somewhere along the line, that got thrown out the window when people started acting and being so entitled and just thinking that, the world revolves because they're in it. And I don't mean for that to sound judgmental because I'm observant and I'm very detailed, and I have been told that I have a campground in my head because I'm constantly in my head and I think about things, and sometimes I feel like people underestimate me because they look at me and they see one side and that's all they see. I've had people tell me that I look mean, I look unapproachable. And the funny thing is, if they knew how incredibly wrong that statement is, they would feel totally stupid, because I'm probably one of the most approachable people that you will ever meet. And, you know, and I'm hoping that one day manners come back in style, because then I'll be cool again. No, I'm just kidding. I never have. I don't think I've ever been cool, but, you know, I mean, I'm just saying what I was saying about the amount of subscribers. I've always felt insignificant because of things that I went through as a child, and, like, you know, always being the last one to be picked for, like, you know, dodgeball games or whatever in school, and not having any friends, just walking around and on the playground by myself. I've always felt insignificant. So when I saw that, that's why it surprised me, because I'm like, you know. So, I mean, I know I'll never be Bailey Sarian. Hi, Bailey. I love her. She's just amazing. I mean, I don't wear makeup, but I don't know how she can sit there and put makeup on and tell a true crime story and still crack jokes. She's amazing. If you guys haven't checked her out, and no, I don't get any residuals for anything. I just think she's cool as shit. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, check her out, because she does a couple of different shows. And if you like makeup and you like true crime, she's your girl. But anyway, I guess I'll shut up now, because I've gone on longer than I intended to. But from the bottom of my heart, y'all don't know how much you being here means. If you have made it this far into the video, you are one hell of a trooper. And I can't express my gratitude enough. You know, I was told that I over-explain. I over-explain maybe because I feel like no one understands when I just, you know, and I'm very detail-oriented, so I can't just say, I put transmission fluid in my oil dipstick reservoir, because that leaves everything else out. So I'm just quirky. But anyway, I'm still planning on trying to get to North Carolina or somewhere at this point. I don't know, wherever the universe sends me. But you know, it's like I was raised Pentecostal, and the one thing that I did pick up from that was you know, I know my Bible. So I was talking to someone, and I said, you know, I said it doesn't rain forever. I said, even with Noah, it rained 40 days and 40 nights, and it eventually stopped. And I have to keep telling myself that, because I'm not saying I'm Noah. I'm just saying, you know, I have to keep thinking that, okay, he went through this for a while. I'm going to go through this for a while, and then, you know, it's going to stop. So, but anyway, my information is in the description box. If y'all would please just get my GoFundMe link and share it with everyone that you can think to share it, and just ask them, you know, because it is important, and I don't want to just, you know, it's really hard for me to ask for help. That's the thing. It's like, I hate that. You know, but honestly, this is something I can't do by myself, because it's just, I mean, I feel like giving up sometimes, and I don't know, with all of the health problems and limitations and everything, I don't know what to do to get myself out of this if I don't ask for help. So if you would just please, you know, share that, subscribe, like, and share my channel, that would be awesome. So with that said, thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm sorry it went on, but it's nice to be able to just let you see more of me. So, yeah. But if you like this, please just give me a like on the video. That way I'll know to do it, because I'm trying to experiment with like different titles and things like that. So I cut off commenting because I was being harassed, and I'm not dealing with that right now. I've got too many other things floating around in my head to deal with some little twit. But y'all have a wonderful day. I hope the universe blesses you with something absolutely amazing. Appreciate each other and just be nice to each other. And with that said, have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the flip side.